Welcome to Walking in Their Shoes. Welcome to the first episode of 2024 of Walking in Their Shoes. This episode will be a bit different, much shorter for sure, but very personal. So stay with me. Today I've decided to share with you a bit about myself, a bit about my entrepreneurial journey, even though it has been quite short for now. And also why I decided to start this podcast in the first place. So a bit of a reverse engineering, so to say. So far we've had 11 amazing guests. Well, 13 actually, considering that 2 episodes hosted 2 entrepreneurs. And from each one of them, we've learned insights on how do they work daily to better understand their clients' needs and how to provide the best customer experience. We have also learned how they became an entrepreneur in the first place. Some of them came from entrepreneurial families, some others ended up being entrepreneurs by accident, and some others discovered it along their professional journey. In my case, I would say is a mix of them all. While I had entrepreneurs in my family, actually my mom and my granddad, they founded their own companies in the healthcare sector early in their careers. I had no interest in becoming an entrepreneur myself or even continuing the family business. I discovered my love for the event planning during my high school years. So I decided to study international business management and marketing and PR. And as I was doing 2 major degrees, I had to do 2 internships. So when the time came, I did my first internship with Nissan, the car manufacturer, learning from the fleet sales team on how to better understand the client's needs and craft the perfect offer for them. Then I did an internship with Hotel Art in Barcelona, the Ritz-Carlton property, where I had the first really taste of what luxury was. Spending 4 months as guest relations, interacting with guests from all over the world and working to make each stay memorable really made me fall in love with the business. And also, I was doing this job in my hometown, so I wanted every guest to go back home with the most beautiful memories from Barcelona. So I learned how to listen carefully to what the guests were saying in order to create these memorable experiences. As I graduated from uni, I was offered to join the Hotel Arts team on a more permanent role. So I spent the following 4 years learning empathy and emotional intelligence to better connect with guests and anticipate their needs. Out of these 4 years, I spent almost 3 years in operations, front desk, housekeeping, guest services, pool, covering it all. And then I moved to the events team where I organized weddings and corporate events. Can you imagine planning and organizing one of the most important days of someone's life? After these 4 amazing years, I was presented with the opportunity to continue my journey in the events with the Ritz-Carlton in the IFC in Dubai. And now looking back, I can say that during those 2 years, I lived a personal and professional transformation. Working with over 50 nationalities and servicing clients from all over the world really took my empathy and emotional intelligence skills to another level. Because now I not only had to listen carefully to what the clients were saying, but I also had to understand their background, their tradition, their culture, their way to do business if I wanted to get them fully engaged. And the same happened on my personal life. Dubai gave me the opportunity to meet people from all parts of the globe. And I was always eager to exchange stories about our families, our traditions, our upbringing. These stories actually broadened my horizon on what true and deep connections are, and this has been with me since. This desire of leaving a meaningful impact in every person that I interact with. 2016 brought me back home, joining the W Barcelona sales team with a mission to be the best brand ambassador that the hotel could have in Europe and the Middle East. I spent 2 years attending roadshows, sales missions, trade shows representing the hotel in the EMEA region. And during this time, I had a lot of fun and I loved meeting people all the time. From this part of my journey, I took away a lot of very valuable skills and developed a lot of skills on networking, brand awareness, client engagement, and of course, sales. After 10 years in the hospitality industry, I decided to take a leap and move to the financial sector, joining the Veer Group. I can say that probably this is one of my most uncertain times, because it was a time where I thought that I was doing the right thing, that I would do something that I would like, but that I had never done before. But I always like to be out of my comfort zone, and I thought that it was the right time to do it. But funny enough, after just 6 weeks of training, I realized that the skills needed for that role were not that different than the ones I developed in hotels, because at the end of the day, I was dealing with people, either clients or colleagues, and my goal was always the same: make any interaction I had or any service I provided memorable. During my 5 years with Veer, I worked in 3 different projects, all of them bringing an idea to a reality. And during this chapter, I learned skills on project management, financial analysis, and revenue enhancements. Along these 5 years with Veer, we also had our first daughter, and COVID hit us all hard. And working from home with a newborn was no joke, but actually taught me a lot on time management. As lockdown started to fade, we decided to move our residency to Andorra, a little country between Spain and France in the Pyrenees. And this move really changed our lives, because we realized that it was possible to have our own business and work from anywhere in the world. My husband and business partner, Stan, and I had been doing consulting gigs for over 4 to 5 years, besides our 9-to-5 jobs. And we started to see that our knowledge and skills were not so common. So by 2021, end of 2021, we decided to formally establish Thinking Luxury to help businesses to take their customer experience to a next level. As I shared earlier, my mom, she's a business owner since 1994. And we often talk about the fact that as a society, we feel that we're losing empathy and respect for one another, and that, people no longer care for the other's well-being. And that certainly affects the way, employees treat customers and their own colleagues. And, Stan and I, we really wanted to change that. Actually, the sole reason why we founded Thinking Luxury was to help any business in the world, regardless of their size, that saw in improving their customer experience a way to create loyal clients and increase their revenue. And in order to achieve that, they had to put clients at the center of their efforts, and that could only be achieved through a lot of empathy and emotional intelligence. Since December 2021, we have worked with clients in, let me try to remember, Spain, France, Switzerland, the UK, Rwanda, the UAE, Saudi Arabia. And the more clients we work with, the more we realize about the impact that we can bring with our skills and knowledge to a business bottom line just by helping them be the best version of themselves. 2023 has been an incredible year as we have worked with amazing teams and professionals. And staying true to our initial purpose, we wanted to help as many businesses as possible to increase their revenues by improving their customer experience. But we have also realized that our team is small and our time is limited. So we can only take a few clients at a time, leaving us sometimes with having to say no to new projects. During this Christmas season, we have reflected a lot on how we can find ways to help as many businesses as possible elevate their customer experience. And we think we've found a way. So stay tuned to our LinkedIn channels, because we will start sharing some new updates very soon. Either if you're a regular to this podcast or is the first time that you're watching or listening to us, I can guarantee you that I will try my best to continue bringing remarkable entrepreneurs from all around the world to share their insights on how they work tirelessly every day to provide the best customer experience. To me, personally, this podcast has already brought me so much that I will make sure that anyone who's after excellence in customer experience can find this podcast as a place to get some inspiration. So don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and see you on the next episode.